Hello Pisces, hello and welcome into your general tarot card reading for March of 2019. Pisces, this is a general read, so take out of it what you will. Moreover, I read my cards intuitively, so once again, take out of it what you will. So Pisces, you have a very interesting card, and this is there's a need for you to move forward. This is need for you to. There's the overall message. You have to take time out to recover, to heal. This might be recovery to do with, your physical, your mental, your emotional. It's about to understand why you're struggling, why you're pulling through, why you're doing certain things, because you might be very good at managing things in short term. However, this is the need. There is a need for change of focus over here. So there is an overall kind of top line messages coming through. So let me do the deep dive into your cards here. So we have a Four of Swords, we have a Seven of Wands, we have a Five of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, which is actually beautiful and is truly asking you to reconsider where you're going and why you're doing certain things and why you're feeling a certain way. Then you have a Knight of Swords, you have a Page of Swords, you have a King of Swords, Pisces. That's very interesting. You have a Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of people around you for crying out loud, and there's a lot of kerfuffle with a lot of people. And you have the Hierophant. Hierophant is asking you, it's what to focus on, and this is about the guidance, advice, and this guidance advice might be a solicitors, that there might be the GP, there might be, when I mean GP, I mean the doctors, and this sort of thing. And then you have the additional commentary, which is Rado, and Rado is try to imagine it's like a chariot in tarot, so it's representing the moving forward, overcoming. So whatever advice you're going to be given with this Hierophant, and the Hierophant is representing very much a human aspect. Is representing the human aspect from everything to do with the organizations, books, architecture, learning, teaching, tradition, morality. Also, it might be talking about the commitments, establishment. But for some of you, it's going to be more with the emphasis on marriage. That's what I'm hearing. Marriage, I heard. So that's what is coming. And for some of you, basically, what in this month you're asked to focus on, it's about structure, creating harmony within the groups, seeing things in terms of wholeness, not seeing them separately. But what I would say for some of you, it's about advice. It's about seeking some kind of guidance, and this might be legal advice, that might be advice from someone who is professional, but also advice of someone who that might be some kind of a spiritual element, a church or some kind of spiritual group. And what the Hierophant is asking you, because Hierophant, he's in a way a bridge builder, so it's all about bridging or creating new opportunities, overcoming difficulties, and that's what the Hierophant is asking you to do here. And because the Hierophant, it's something, whatever is happening here, it's talking about alternatives, and it's talking about the choices that should be considered. And this might be to do with it's something to do with the healing. Once again, I'm hearing healing. Four of Swords, that they most definitely speak about the healing. And this is about also listening to your inner voice. So that's what is coming through, and that is very, very strong. It's immensely strong. So whatever is happening here, it's asking you to create this bridge. It's all about creating the bridge between two different I wouldn't say obstacles, I wouldn't say opposites. It's building the bridges purely on the human level with other people, basically with other people. And that might be through advice, that might be through, or bridging a gaps like through a study. That also came through very strongly. And another thing that came is to, if you are questioning your career options, for some of you, it's going to be indication that you would be best suited for some kind of big organizations, or taking apprenticeships, or following someone, learning from someone who has a recognition. That's what came through. So that's what you have to follow, and that's when you have a radio. So that is the overall of this month for you. So the Four of Swords. Let me just do the quick dive in. So you're going to have a better overview of those cards. So you're going to kind of see it in a more granular, on a more granular level. So with the Four of Swords is an indication of some kind of retreat, solitude. It's representing the inner reflection, time for planning, looking to the future, and also it's talking about healing. Sometimes indicating the need of vacation. Sometimes is indication of actually appreciating what you have and look into what you would like to do, and kind of saying, okay, what my goals are, what my aspirations are, what I managed to achieve. And with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups, you see, you might be very good at managing things, you might be very good at overcoming difficulties, but on an emotional level you might find it very difficult. So on the surface of things, you might be someone who is doer, can do it, can manage, but sometimes you are just putting us, you're putting on the front. It's not to say that you cannot do it. You have a very good quick responses, and you're able to, whatever you think you're able to put into doing. But this is sporadic. This is like almost like a sprout of energy coming your way. Seven of Wands might be indication of some kind of test, might be indicating of some kind of overcoming difficulties, manage people, taking things into the control, being in favorable position, getting job, what have you. But in terms of this reading, because this reading kind of, they're not those cards that they are not in separation. They form something. And what they form, the idea is, where's your focus? What are you focusing on? Because the Five of Cups is indicating there's some kind of disappointment. There is something that you find it very difficult to overcome, and you see you have a bridge behind that person. So you see the Hierophant is talking about need to bridge, about need to move across. And it is understanding what's your perspective. You cannot change the past. You live in the present, and you create the future in the way how you live your present. So it's almost what they're asking you is to refocus. Think, what is it that you want? Because firefighting and doing things, you're very good at it, but it's going to get you exhausted. And because you don't give yourself time to recuperate, either physically, emotionally, or mentally, you're going to have that kind of boom and bust. But emotionally, this is going to have some kind of serious effect on you. And you have to ask yourself, is it worthwhile? Is it not better to change something? Because this constant fighting might create a lot of frustration. There might be indication of regrets. There might be indication of some kind of depression, unpredictable sorrow. And the question is, where's your focus? Have you been learning from those things that life was throwing at you? Life is in the now, and that's what what I'm hearing. And basically, there's no point crying over spilled milk over here. If the damage has been done, damage has been done. But what I'm hearing, there's a new opportunities. They have a Two of Cups behind you. There's Ace of Cups. Everything is possible. Everything is available to you. You have to just change your focus. Your emotions in this particular case, they're not serving you at all. If you're focusing on a loss, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see loss. And if you have a tendency to see everything in a perspective of either win or lose, you're going to be afraid of going forward because you're going to have a fear of losing. What you are seeking is seeking you, Pisces. And that's very interesting because I really go with the flow. I really go with what they're telling me. So there's no point to be bitter. There's no point to actually there's no point for you to focus on what has been. Focus on what is the new. Accept things, take them on board, learn from it, and move on. Basically what they say, move on. And some of you, it's interesting because some of you are going to receive some money, some of you are going to receive some kind of inheritance. But that might not bring you a pleasure. That's very interesting. That it's whatever you might be even given, that you're going to perceive it as a loss. And I'm not sure what is keeping you in that particular state of being. You would have to ask yourself what is it? For some of you, you might have this strange feeling of being unloved or unlovable. So this is all about, once again, this is about creating the bridges between the past and the future. And the only bridge you can create is now. It's to be in the present, basically. So with the Ace of Cups is representing this new beginning, this new opportunity. It's representing happiness. It's representing good health, well-being, deep feelings, compassion. It's representing amazing opportunities in terms of something that's rather impersonal. It's representing those kind of forces because hence they're representing transmission, and you have this Hierophant. There's a lot of people grasping to something, but there is the Queen of Pentacles. She's also offering you something, right? So this is also someone who's going to be offer you something that is tangible. And the Queen of Pentacles doesn't have to represent a woman. Queen of Pentacles is going to be represent, for some of you, funny enough, there will be something to do with pregnancy because she's representing the growth, and the little her over here, I don't know how well you can see it, that might be representing the spring and pregnancy, but I'm going to leave it to be because this is a general reading though. But what I'm saying, the Ace of Cups is representing this kind of forces coming to our lives, and that beneficial and positive in all aspects, and they might be representing everything from the new love, friendship, but also money and finance coming your way. You know, there's a possibility of a new career starting off. There is a possibility of new beginnings, like I said, fertility, unexpected creativity, sometimes cooperation. So whatever that element of what are going to bring you is going to bring you something new. However, and for some of you, it's going to be kind of spiritual awakening, because the Ace of Cups, I have a funny feeling, and the Hierophant going to bring some kind of, either you're going to find life purpose through a spirituality or religion or kind of philosophy. Something you're going to fill that void, for some of you potentially. But nevertheless, the Ace of Cups is representing the new beginnings, the new opportunities. But you have to turn around, Pisces. You see that lovely figure in the Five of Cups has to turn around to see what is possible. And then you have this array of different figures, those court figures over here. Have a Knight of Swords, you have a Page of Swords, and there's a King of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. So the swords, they're representing our thoughts they're representing how we speak, thoughts they're representing our frame of reference. But those swords, it's almost things are coming your way. And it's to know who to choose, who are the people who are able to help you and assist you. And some people actually in your life that they're not helping, they're not enhancing your life. At all. And they are creating storms in the teacups. That's what I'm seeing over here. So what I would say, Pisces, you have to look into your friends, those people with whom you associate with, and ask yourself, are those people that are truly my friends? Why we are hanging out together? Why you feel you're resonating with those people? Because I would say to you that you bound together by something, but some of them, they're either not grounded, that they don't have experience, or they are very reactive or difficult for very stubborn, not being able to see from different perspectives, like almost stuck in their own ways. Nevertheless, the Knight of Swords is representing movement, it's representing news coming your way, it's representing things starting moving. It might be representing this, I would call it movement against something, because Page of Swords might be representing, and King of Swords might be representing this kind of resistance. There might be some kind of defense. There might be self-defense taking place over here, because you might feel somebody might be attacking you, someone might be impatient, someone with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords might be representing new beginning, learning, but equally Page of Swords might be representing someone who is creating like I said, storms in their own storms, because they are unsure of themselves, they don't have an equal footing, they're not grounded, they are not open enough, they're not emotionally intelligent enough, they're immature. Basically, in that immaturity, there's wanting to impress, to have all answers, to know it all. It's not helping. So whatever is happening, you might feel like somebody might be attacking you, but all the things might be coming your way, and you might just feel like somebody's reckless, or somebody doesn't understand the consequences of their actions, and then they're going to wash their hands like, it wasn't me, I never meant that way. Do you really need those kind of people in your life? Ask yourself. And when you're going to come up with the answer, because there's someone that Queen of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be man or a woman, it's someone who's going to be able to offer you something that you'll be able to take away support, that might be emotional, financial support. Is going to be able to give you this better understanding of the situation. And basically, when you have that many court figures over here, and they are representing swords, basically this is representing some kind of pressure, indicating some kind of trouble, it's indicating some kind of concern. And this Queen of Pentacles, I think she is linked very much with Hierophant, that she will be that advice, she will be that guidance, she will be that learning, she will be that able to create that bridge for you. And that's what is coming very strongly. And this additional commentary, which is radio, is representing communication, agreement, reconsideration, journey. And I think that's what was happening here. So additional commentary is that the key to it is a communication. And this is talking about creating the bridges and unions. And sometimes bridging by creating bridging between things that you would not see as naturally going together, but yet this is going to create some kind of new value. This is going to create something new quality. And this creating bridges and this and communication. The indication here is the right action here. And that is the overall message in the reading, Pisces, for you for March of 2019. So stay tuned and bye for now. If this reading has resonated with you, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please feel free to go to my website www.tarotwithmishka.co.uk, or alternatively you can email me at mishka@tarotwithmishka.co.uk. If you'd like to find me on Facebook, just simply type in Tarot with Mishka. I would like to say a massive thank you for tuning in and bye for now.